Okay, YouTube. So, had a little bit of time to think this one through. A little bit of time to calm down. But I'm still not calm enough. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this situation and why I feel the way I do. Disney, you suck. Why do you suck? You suck because, number one, you give us terrible freaking Star Wars movies and tell us we have to accept them. Number two, Star Wars Theory did an awesome Star Wars Vader fan film for us. We loved it. We loved it as fans. It got more views than freaking Solo got. Why? Because Solo sucked. And what do? You go and copyright it. Which is a big, big mistake. Because if you thought the fans were pissed before, you just threw a whole shitload of gasoline onto that fire and you filled it to go to a full-on bonfire taking over the woods. Because it's bullshit. Your episode 9, if you think you're going to throw in all those fan throwbacks and you're going to bring your fans back, you just blew that out of the fucking water. Because you suck. You're done for. You just wrote yourself straight into the grave. You are done. The episode 9 boycott may not have been getting much traction in your opinion, but you just put it in a full-on march to destroy you. You'll be lucky if you make any money at all off this movie. Why? Because you just pissed off the fans. The Fandom menace was already pissed off at you as it was, but now you just threw a whole nother group of fans in there. Do I feel bad for you? Hell no. I don't. You did it to yourself. Here's my challenge to all the fans out there. Whether you be a part of the Fandom menace or not, up to you. Stand with the Fandom menace just one time. Boycott episode 9. Show them we're tired of what they're doing to the fans. They're destroying Star Trek. They're destroying Star Wars. They're destroying the fans. They're taking what belongs to the fans and what was made by the fans and making it their own because they're Disney. It's okay. We're the mouse. We can do what we want to do. Wrong. You can't. Because like it or not, number one business situation you need to remember, the customer is always right because the customer pays you, which then in turn pays your bills and fills your pockets with money. Well, guess what? You just killed that money-making cash cow. And you did it to yourself. So I hope it was well worth it, Disney. So to everyone out there, Fandom menace, not a part of the Fandom menace, liked Star Wars The Last Jedi, which I'm not one that did, but that's okay. I have no problem if you did. That's cool. Stand with us against episode 9. Show them we're not going to let them win this game. Okay? It's one thing to give us crappy movies and we have arguments over it. That's life, okay? That's what happens. You argue over movies. So what? The problem is when they start taking things from the fans. Especially when the fans are the ones creating it and using their own money to make it. That's when things need to stop. That's when we need to stand up and say, no, we're not going to do this anymore. You are not in control of us. George Lucas never would have done this to a fan. George Lucas encouraged fans to go out and create. That's what made the writers, the movie makers, and the directors that we have coming out of the age of George Lucas. Why? Because he encouraged it. Disney, on the other hand, is saying, you do it, and then we'll take the money for it. Thanks for your help. Goodbye. We don't care. Stand up against them. Tell them we're done with this. If you love movies, don't matter what it is, you love your music, you love your books, you love your TV shows, and you want them back, stand together, stand up, make your voices heard this time around. Stand behind Star Wars Theory, stand behind the Fandom menace, fight Disney by not going to see episode 9. Completely and totally boycott it. That is what needs to be done. And just for a little bit of information, in case some of you don't know this already, but I'm sure most of you do, they're taking Marvel down the same path they've took Star Wars down. So if you love your Marvel, you can kiss it goodbye. Because they're going to change it just like they did our Star Wars. And they're going to treat you fans the way they've treated us. So, Star Wars Theory, awesome movie. I'm so proud of you for what you've done. I'm proud of you for the way you've handled yourself through all of this. You haven't really taken a side, whether it be with the fans or with Disney, but you have kept yourself on a level of, I guess you would say, complete and utter, I love this and I'm going to do something about it. And I'm not going to cause a scene. I'm going to stay out of the drama situation. But yet you've also let everybody know that you have no problem with Lucasfilm because they gave you permission to do this film. And this is how they repay you. I don't like that. That's wrong. That is the worst type of backstabbing I've ever seen in my life. People can say they've been backstabbed, but this is beyond that. This is wrong. I don't care who you are or what you think about the Fandom Menace. This is wrong on so many levels. So stand with the Fandom Menace. You don't have to call yourself a part of the Fandom Menace. Just stand with us and boycott episode 9. Let our voices all be heard that we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to let them do this to us. We do matter. Our voices matter. Use them. Don't give them any money for episode 9. Stand behind Star Wars Theory, if nothing else, because he is the only one who has not stood with the Phantom Menace. He has stood in his own corner and done his own thing and got stabbed in the back for it. He paid for this movie for us as fans to have. He paid for everything and does not make a dime off it. But then Star Wars goes and copyrights it so they can make all the money off from what he put his hard work, his heart into. It's not right. It needs to be stopped. Thank you.